Yeah, I'll need to check the vanilla game to see if that's an Anbennar issue or a mod issue before I report it properly. I'm just asking the 4 teams, I was like, is this normal? This doesn't feel normal. 636,000 losses for the 596,000 on the Cryenvar side, so Coruvia side is definitely still taking more hits. Let's take a look. 12 tech. Let's take a look from Ovdokundung Tungder. 11 tech for them. 11 tech. You're not in the fight. 12. So Coruvia is still behind. Phoenix Empire is still behind, but Cryenvar and Arboran have now caught up. The fight is now being taken into the groves. I don't know why they still haven't taken Hornwood, seeing as that was the war goal in the previous war. Meanwhile, Marhold sitting here on the side. Tick-tock. 3 years remaining. Tick-tock. I feel like your armies are elsewhere. Ah, you're up in Hammerhome. Who are you allied to these days? Vern, Arboran, and Adenica. So you've also allied Arboran. So Arboran really is starting to turn themselves into like the defenders of Canor. What a turnaround from basically dooming Marhold to becoming the saviors. That guy is just gonna that guy. Leaving the province open may provide Marhold a good CB. I mean, they should have that CB anyway. It doesn't matter that this stuff is occupied. They can still declare the war because cause. Oops. See, they have all of these reconquests. They can just do whichever. Meanwhile, Marhold's manpower has maxed out. They still have a lot of debt. But that's money they could steal from the elves. Wow, they make a lot of money from gold. Blimey. I did see that they had a gold mine here. Wow, they have a whole series of them. And there's another one in here as well, which Haraz Ordum controls. So, Railskulker, you should have now recovered from your economic woes. Although you are definitely making a shadow of what you used to. But yes, you are no longer bankrupt. You have no further interest payment outstanding. You have recovered. Meanwhile, Orslam Asdir. Income is significantly increasing. Interest payments are down to just 13, but you still have 4,000 outstanding. So you have actually paid off 1,000. So your payments are coming in pretty nicely. You are being subsidized by Phoenix Empire. And in fact, the only reason you're making money is because of that subsidy. Interesting. So what does the Phoenix Empire stand to gain from this? That's a very, very interesting strategic development. Looks like Railskulker player tag switched away. Oh, they did. Darkfighter is now Greathoof. Which is getting beaten up by Magama, so why did they do that? I would have gone Black Charge, surely. If you wanted to have a Centaur player, which right now I would say is probably a little questionable. Like, if you wanted a player, I'd probably put them in Frozen more. Although, if you do that, then there'll be a direct counter to Ozamazda. You don't want to put someone that you just knocked out into a tag which is right next to the player that knocked him out. Oh, is Greathoof a vassal? Oh, he is. So maybe we're going to have an Ogre Centaur coalition if they vassal feed Greathoof? I'm still not sure about that. I think I probably would have put them in like Nolikaz or something like this. Or Black Charge if you wanted to have another Centaur nation in that area. Or Larankar would be an interesting one. It would be a direct rival to Rezenkand. The Rise of Rezenkand. Or Haraf. Haraf would actually be a really good player position, actually. I think I probably would have put them in Haraf. It's all ogre now for the centaurs. They think it's all ogre. It is now. Just everyone's just tired of this war. They're just like, can we please stop? I actually kind of feel a bit sorry for Helena because she has been fighting for 3.5 hours now. Solid. And these aren't small wars. These are not wars where you can just kind of half-focused click around and beat them like against the AI. No, these are multiple players against you wars. It's had more than 1 million casualties. Arboran coming in again with another fight, and that's another Krynvar loss. 617,000 losses against 686,000. Yeah, that is definitely more than 1 million. Helena MVP. Definitely keeping things interesting in this region. Kind of put a target on her back with how aggressively she was pushing north. And I'm honestly glad that these guys are rallying against that because my gosh, she's put a heck of a valiant effort into fighting here. You know what would have been really interesting? Relskalka allied to Krynvar. Like, if Relskalka had managed to fight Oslam Asdir to like a white piece and held on to Shattered Crown region, Relskalka plus Krynvar against Escan and then probably like the Dwarven Alliance or something, or maybe Dwarven Magama. So Magama has basically nothing to gain from that. Yeah, Oslam Asdir, he's just so isolated. I still don't know what you're going to do. Yes, you'll probably become dominant in the northern reaches if you can take out Relskalka. Your rivals to Haraz Oslam, though that would be a very difficult fight. You probably don't want to come out of the mountains because I think Magama would basically say, "Oi, that's mine." You could certainly take out Haraz Oslam. You could probably take out Krugdir. Push out into Relskalka, then south. And the first player you would really run into down here would be Thieving Arrow. Because Ovdel Khanzad is still a long way away, although Ovdel Khanzad actually tunneled through and is now emerging on the other side. They're right next to Gort Ozenbrog, which would be their fourth hold. And honestly, Ovdel Khanzad wants to get here as quickly as they can, so that they can then have the outpost against the command. Because I remember from my own wars against the command, this place was integral to my defences. That's where many hobgoblins died. Helena vowed to destroy Dakar after she found out that he had set up Marhold War versus her as a 1v1 to give Marhold a better chance, part of why Arboran and Coruvia went in. Interesting. Necklace mission tree is significantly locked behind the Vern Emperorship dying and switching over to attack with less coastal provinces. Yes! If Arboran becomes Emperor... No! Everyone's voting for Vern again! No! Don't do this! That's really annoying, because it's 3-3 and unfortunately Defender takes the title. It's all the AIs. Actually, everyone's an AI here, except for Small Country. Small Country is the only elector? Yep. At this point, I kind of feel like the players in the Empire would be entirely justified in just dismantling the HRE. Just be done with it. Is the Magisterium in a Vass? I don't even know where the Magisterium are. They've lost their last holding. Oh no, they've been pushed to their little island. And they are a vassal, yes, of Anbennar. Actually, that feels reasonable. Put them on their little island, let them do all of the missions which build up that little island, and just keep them as a march. Because they'll be a very, very wealthy, very, very tall march of one island. Marches also get extra ships though, don't they? So how's the money here looking? Absolutely dominated by small country, unsurprisingly. Arboran also cashing in, so is Conwell. Mainly Arboran. In fact, Arboran's probably quite happy with letting small country dominate the trade here, because they're just going to be pulling more and more money in. Meanwhile, Anbennar is trying to control this, but small country is pushing a lot of money out, and they have a lot of trade power with which to do that, and they are putting a lot of ships into this. So there should be a trade rivalry between Anbennar and small country. Potentially even Vern. And Vern is collecting in multiple places. See, that's a mistake. You're probably collecting in Eberthil and in Anbennar, right? Yes. Yes, you are. Although you are basically earning 14 ducats for free, just for existing. Eberthil has 158% trade power. What? Heart of Divanhal, aggressive merchants, power projection, prestige, stability, Nur Jazith, Nur Tef, Swampland, Nur Eberthil. Maximize trading profit. Tiny embargoes. Although small country embargo, if small country actually moved ships down there, they could do a lot of damage. And then they're transferring from Mother Sorrow, Akan, Ovdaltunga, Banished Isles, Leechdent, Ruined Sea, and Tournai. How many merchants does Vern have? 6. Yeah, Vern is really hurting themselves by collecting multiple. So you saw that 60% of that whopping Eberthil trade income was coming from transfers. If you collect in multiple regions, you do not get those transfers, which basically means you're missing out on 10% trade power in your home node. Because those just get lost. You don't gain the transfer bonuses if you're collecting in multiple anywhere. So because Vern is collecting in both Anbennar and Eberthil, I think they would be better served collecting in Anbennar only and then transferring from Eberthil. Eberthil would push in more money, especially if they actually upgraded the centers of trade here. So I'm guessing they don't want to compete too much with Eberthil because Eberthil will get upset. Honestly, with 2 centers of trade in the Eberthil node, I would suck it up and steal the money. And then collect in Anbennar. Although there they would only actually have 1 centre of trade. But with all the colonies, they would be able to earn a lot of money because they'd have a lot of transfers. Because the main benefit, I think, of having colonies is not the money you can get from colonies. They make naff all. The main benefit from having colonies is the merchants. Ooh, big fight. 120,000 against 150,000. Although, by the time I clicked on this, the majority of the Elven front line is once again artillery. And this is the time when you should definitely be thinking of running away, as they have in fact done. Good. Rubenair taking chunks out of a nail. Oh, it's good to see. That definitely warms my Lorentish heart. Only 1 more year until Marhold can come back in. Yeah. Time's definitely a ticking. Although at this point I think that the Arboran coalition has done well enough that they probably don't need Marhold joining. Just return the cause to Marhold and then call it good. And then Marhold can focus instead on rebuilding their economy. With this war going on, I'm a little bit surprised they didn't just bankruptcy themselves out of this. Although they're actually making a lot of money. They're making an awful lot of money. Oh, because army maintenance is down. See, I would have spent this time drilling, I think. Also, that leader is ridiculous. 6662. But still, 6 fire, 6 shock, 6 maneuver, and 2 siege. terrifying. Marhold's generals are really, really good. Wait, is that... Who is that? How have you got a 6-6? That's a 3-6-5. 3. Clarimond Shine. It's not on the list. Who is this Joker? If you're not on the list, you can't come in. That's Marhold's secret weapon. Generals who are not on the list. Yeah. What army is that? That's Marholder army. Which is apparently not an army that Marholdy actually has. Army of Ravenhill and local adventurers. Neither of which exist. That's my secret captain. I was never on the list. I think I'm probably out of sync because a lot of this stuff just ain't lining up. Yeah, that feels like an out of sync here. Let's take a look at somebody else. So Karuvia has the same generals. What about Adenica? Same generals. Okay, that's definitely a bug. So the other things are actually updating. It's just the generals which are not. That's an interesting one. Okay. Don't feel quite so mad anymore. Wow, Isabella Silkorveld, how are you commanding 5 armies at once? That's some crazy ability right there. Teleport spell. I mean, generals can already teleport in this game, so it's not a stretch. Just moving around to wherever I'm needed most, Chief. Oh, that's an Arboran army that got caught out of position. Sneaky, though. How are you caught here? You don't have the fort. That's probably definitely a stack wipe. How did you do that? It's an army entirely of artillery, I'm just... Oh no, it's mercenary infantry, okay, fine. Good merged together. But that is a fort that they've taken as well. Are they... Oh, it's the way that these glades work, isn't it? These weird shaped ones you can teleport to basically anywhere, so they've probably gone from there to attack there. Bloody elves! And they're not making any logical sense. Breaking of time and space. Ah, now it's updated. So it doesn't like being left open. Nope, it's now stuck on Marhold. I'm okay with that. We can see the glorious strength of their armies. 6662, 4351, 4463. With your 98 army tradition. Oh wow, your decay is insane. It's 98 and is going down by 1.67 because of the Griffin Lords, Nobility in the Officer Corps, Military Archivists, Knights Griffin, and Innovativeness. In fact, if your Innovativeness was better, that would go down even slower. Man, Marhold's going to have some crazy army tradition. Meanwhile, 700,000 have died to the 800,000 on the Karuvian side. How's the religious map looking now? So Coruvia is completely converted. Arboran's completely converted. Marhold is mostly converted. Vern is converting. Vern can't be Emperor. Right? Oh no. Free to choose their own confession and the Emperor can be of any faith. Huh. Meanwhile, all of the votes are now going to Istralor. Yep, Istralor is first. So if this bloody Emperor dies anytime soon, it'll go to Istralor. Istralor with 1, 2, 3 ports. That would be enough for Neckcliff. But this guy must be a vampire because he's just refusing to die. 51 now. He's been on the throne 36 years. One of many. Gain manpower. Gain manpower. No, they don't need this. No more. But lose discipline. Ah yes, this is the openness policy. So they didn't choose isolation, you're right. Or rather, I was right in being right when I said they'd chosen open. I just hadn't really seen what that meant. Now I do. Seems it updates the military screen if you keep the tabs open when changing, but if you close them, they change and they don't open it again. Does not update. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some weirdness going on. I think just because we haven't had a rehost or anything in 4 hours, so syncing issues are starting to arise. Meanwhile, we're about to be treated to another battle, which will be, I think, probably the last one of this session. Phoenix Empire is coming in with a mage general. An even weaker mage general with a 7 shock. 1,000 losses on the Arborant side to 400 in Krynvar's. We've got 110 discipline against 115, so Krynvar's discipline's actually gone up. The Arborant just has more troops, although where's the Phoenix Empire going? They have like 40,000 men going the wrong way. Guys! We needed you in this fight, guys! Oh, they're stopping the reinforcements, okay. 20,000 Krynvar's ready to jump in. Okay, Phoenix Empire is indeed stopping the reinforcements, so that probably is a good move, because this is going to allow Krynvar to maybe balance this one out, especially now that Arboran is losing more troops. 4 to 4, 1,005. Oh, wow, yeah, they are. They turned that one around in a hurry, and now here comes the Phoenix Empire. Small country could turn this one around, but that is indeed a victory for Krynvar. Okay, that was actually some pretty nice maneuver. Credit where it's due. 7 shock, you sure that's not a mundane general being too big for his breeches? I mean, it might be. We got another battle. Phoenix Empire caught the small country. But it's fine, the small country's got this. Right, guys? Right? You've got this. They don't got this. They definitely don't got this. Run away! Yeah, there you go. Alright, Phoenix Empire. Uh... 2703. The 3 siege is also really low. It's the ruler. Is the ruler a mage? The mage is... yeah, he is a mage. He's just really bad. 1 military mage ruler. Yeah, okay, fair enough. He's trying to kill the 1-2-1 ruler. I'm not surprised. Anyone else pumped for the next Anbennar update? I mean, I'm always excited for any Anbennar update. They always add really interesting things. Coruvia is offering a peace deal. Vernum to Coruvia, and then a whole bunch of territories back to Marhold. 2 months, and then Marhold would be able to join. Meanwhile, Kreinvar's economy is in absolute tatters. There are 5,000 ducats in debt. And the mercenaries are probably pretty exhausted too. 0 manpower on that one. 0 manpower on that one. 14,000 on that one. 61 on that one. So the Reborn Free Lances are the strongest unit they have. Meanwhile, Shattered Crown are starting to occupy Relskulka. Oh no, Ozamazdir has taken them out. So, how much debt have you managed to relieve from yourselves? You've actually managed to drop it by 1,500. That's actually really impressive going there. Although currently losing money, even with the subsidies. Spending way too much money on rooting out corruption. Probably because of the overextension. There we go. They have just taken Amdir. Now they just have a bunch of holds and things to rebuild and repair. Hard-fought war between those two. "13-year war, almost 2 million dead." Yep, started in 1528. Going on to 13 years. That is 2 million. With the attrition added in. "In Soviet Anbennar, elves contain you." Oh, Thieving Arrow condottieried to the Phoenix Empire. So Thieving Arrow also throwing their lot in. Allied only with Spider Watch so far. Began's expedition is over there, though they're not really getting anywhere. Road Warrior. Mithril Arm Cartel. That's Segilda. Skewered Drake. Segilda, are they vassal? No, they're not. Verkor Gulen's a vassal. Company of Grudge Bearers. Novdel Kanzad. Have now taken the other Gore Ozenbrog, although they're rebuilding it at the moment. So they're now at 1, 2, 3, 4 holds. So Novdel Kanzad starting to get pretty good. Their income still leaves a bit to be desired. The manpower still relatively low, but again, the remnants are slow builders. They will start to snowball pretty hard. Meanwhile, it would seem that round 2 of Crush the Command has started again. The Kadris Rapuri Hobgoblin Punitive War, which has got Varanhar. Varanhar's not involved. Hull as Krakazol, where are you? Ah, you're these guys. Purple Dwarves. Oh, there's Hull as Krakazol. Okay, so the command had knocked them out before. What do you guys do? You're a dwarven nation I'd not heard of before. Master Brewers. Oh, they're the Beer Dwarves. Amethyst Dwarves of Hull as Krakazol are famous for the brewing. They are indeed Beer Dwarves. Krakazol Hospital. Green Thumbs. Oh, they're outdoor dwarves too. Welcome Ale. Yep, they are the Brewer Dwarves. The Berserker Battle Brew. Barrel Brigades. Eric's Legacy. The Master Brewer. Beer Dwarves. Amazing. I hadn't heard of those before. The only true dwarves, yeah. After all, how do you escape from the Elven Kings without a beer barrel? Okay, so these Marodic separatists are taking back all the territories that they've been fighting so hard to liberate. But there's the pause, and I believe that is going to be heralding the end of this session. We did go 6 minutes over, but we usually try to end in January where possible. So at this point, unless they get a peace deal made before the end of this session, this could well be an opportunity for Marhold to jump back into the fray, although they'll need to be careful about doing that because they are still financially vulnerable. They're still kind of weak. But Krynvar is currently crying out in pain from the repeated 4 hours of bludgeoning that they've been taking. And this has definitely been something of a rollercoaster session. That was a crazy session. I would 100% agree with that assessment. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in with chat for a moment just to hear the rambunctiousness, which I'm sure we're going to get some of in just a moment. So I warn you, things are about to get loud. Oh, they're listening to Spotify, and then no, I can't do that. I will definitely get copyright claim. So in that case, I'm going to have to end this one here. So thank you, everyone, for watching. I do hope you're enjoying this. If you are, be sure to hit that follow button to get notifications when I am live again in the future, which will be in 1 hour. So 1 hour from now, we're going to be playing some Hearts of Iron, probably continuing Worlds of Blaze, possibly Kaiserreich. I'll need to take a look at Worlds of Blaze to see what I fancy doing. No, we'll do Worlds of Blaze. Sure, why not? Anyway, if you've enjoyed this, hit that follow button to get notifications when I'm live again in the future. If you've really enjoyed this, then do consider subscribing. Helps the channel out, lets me do more of this kind of content. You can, of course, check out the Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/MordredViking. I do have a YouTube channel, which you can find at youtube.com/MordredViking. And also a Discord, which is where the community hangs out. So head on over to that and join the community. And maybe you yourselves can join in a couple of these multiplayer games in the future. And you know what? Big Schmokes is currently playing some Hearts of Iron, and seeing as we're going to be doing some Hearts of Iron later, I kind of fancy raiding Big Schmokes. He was my co-commentator in the last commentary game that I did for Hearts of Iron, so head on over there, say hello from me. I'd love to see his chat lit up by the Viking Raid, which you can do by copying and pasting Viking Raid just like this, or if you're a subscriber, you can bring the longships, but don't forget, I'll be back in an hour. Right, I need to also do these. YouTube's there, Patreon's there, and Discord's there. Anyway, that's it for me for now. I will see you 1 hour from now, 10 PM, for some Hearts of Iron. Until then, Jack, thank you very much for the follow, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.